Vinny2Gunz versus Jnight96. Oh, classic rivalry for people who are new here. Before we get to that, we have a Great Tusk lead versus Jolteon. This is a good lead for Vinny because Jolteon, Great Tusk is ground type, so immune to electric. We'll see what Josh switches out to here. Unless he has some crazy like anti-Great Tusk tech on Jolteon, doesn't seem like it. Switches to Killer Ottrel, expecting a ground type move. But Vinny plays it well, setting up Stealth Rocks instead of going for like an Earthquake or Headlong Rush. Kilowattrel is a flying special attacker, and Great Tusk, I don't know if he's running a specially defensive Great Tusk, but flying is super effective against fighting, so Vinny probably switches out here. So who is the Kilowattrel switch in? If I'm in Vinny's shoes, I switch to Blissey here. Kilowattrel special attacking, Blissey has a crazy special defensive stat and a lot of health. That would be good. Yeah, we see the Blissey. Blissey into the Air Slash does negligible damage. Now Josh is newer to competitive Pokemon. We'll see if he decides to stay in here or if he's into the swapping out. He did swap out Jolteon for Kilowattrel, but I don't know if he knows that Blissey is especially defensive. Actually, Lucario, awesome switch in here. You see Calm Mind Blissey. That is not very common given Blissey's like not very good. Well, actually, what is Blissey's special attack? I do remember seeing like Shadow Ball Blissey. 75 special attack, that is not nothing. But Lucario, a huge threat here, faster than Blissey. Blissey has a base defense of 10, so this 255 health stat is not going to matter to Lucario. Who do we switch into here? I'm liking the Cerulege switch in. Maybe proc a weak armor if Lucario decides to attack, and then you also have fire for the steel and immunity to fighting. Dondozo would be okay too, but I really like the Cerulege here. Low kick's not the best. You don't want low kicks to take much chip. Okay, we see the Dondozo. Dondozo into the close combat. Close combat doing 43% to the Don. Significant amount for sure. Do we just stay in though? I'm not entirely sure. The 0.6, like the defense drop, not very good to see against Dondozo. We might see a wave crash here, a liquidation. We'll see if it's a curse set or not. We see the Jolteon again. Ooh, we have a Yawn. Okay, we'll see if Josh knows to switch out here. He does not switch out, so we have a sleeping Jolteon. That basically gives Vinny a free switch in here. What's it gonna be? Does he switch back into the Tusk? The Hariyama come out from Jnight's side. Oh, okay. He reads the switch and does the Thunder Wave. I like it. I like it. It would have been better to see a para on the Koraidon. I believe that's what Vinny was looking for here. Surprised that Josh hasn't brought out the Koraidon yet, actually. Koraidon would be a very appropriate switch in for Blissey. Physical attacker, fighting type, and it's going to hit whatever Vinny switches into pretty hard. Now we see the Great Tusk come in here, and we get the para. Oh man, I'm very looking forward to watching Josh's recording of this. He's actually live streaming it right now on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Jnight96 as you see spelled out here. And I believe they're actually talking to each other as well. So hopefully we get some good stuff out of that. Now we see the Corviknight come in. Do we see an Earthquake? No, we see a knockoff. Another good play. Knocks off the Rocky Helmet. That's going to be good for the long run. This might be... Do we see the Chi-Yu switch in here? Do we see the Chi-Yu? I wonder if Josh knows to use Defog against these Stealth Rocks. Hopefully he does. Because if this is going to be a longer battle where they're switching in and out, you don't want to be taking chip from the Stealth Rocks every turn. Or at least every switch. Wonder what they're thinking about. Or who's the one thinking. Okay, we see the Cerulege. 47%. And it activates the weak armor. This is very good for Vinny. And Corviknight doesn't kill if he Brave Birds again. Do we see a Sword Stance from Cerulege? I believe, yeah. Cerulege gets Sword Stance for sure, right? Right now, Vinny is threatening a super effective fire move against this Corviknight, and Josh would not like that. This is where the Koraidon should come in, I think. Koraidon should come in and tank this fire type move. Definitely not any of the other guys. Definitely not Lucario. You don't want that. What we're looking for here is what does Josh switch out to if he does. We do see the Sword Stance, and we see the Stay In also for the Roost. He does get some health back, but now Cerulege is a huge problem. And now we see the Corviknight go down. I believe these Stealth Rocks are staying for the rest of the game now. unless any of these other Pokemon can defog a rapid spin. But I don't think that's very likely. And even if it were, we have a 2 times attack Cerulege and 2 times speed. Not going to be a lot that can live this, except for this guy. This guy is a problem. I wonder if Vinny has like a Terastallization like option that can beat Koraidon. Because looking at their 2 teams, Koraidon is the threat on Josh's team. So I'm looking to see how Vinny is going to deal with this Pokemon here. This Pokemon has the potential to just 6-0 the entirety of Vinny's team. Resist Cerulege Fire, resist Chi-Yu. Low Kicks is just gonna die. Oh, okay, here it is. The Fairy type Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade doing 84% despite it being resisted. And that was actually enough to survive a Stomping Tantrum from Koraidon. That is insane, actually. I wonder if the Cerulege here is defense invested. But now it's a little tricky because Cerulege has a Life Orb, which means it has 2 more attacks at most. And Koraidon at 16%. Okay, sacks the Jolteon. I don't disagree with that. Koraidon has 1 more switch in, which is good for Vinny for sure. But he might not even need it. This thing is a beast. Oh, and I forgot about Bitter Blade healing, so Bitter Blade, Life Orb. Oh man, okay, this thing's staying in for a lot longer than I thought. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult. I don't know. Oh, Bullet Punch. If Lucario has Bullet Punch, I don't know if it gets it. I think Lucario usually runs Extreme Speed. That's actually enough. He's able to hit it because of the Terra Fairy, so another big threat off the board. Josh still has his Koraidon, but again, low health. We'll see what it does. Great Tusk making use of the sun that Koraidon actually set up. And that was something that I was kind of concerned about. Because even though Josh has Koraidon, it does set up sun for both Great Tusk and Chi-Yu, both of which are gnarly Pokemon. We do see the switch out to Kilowattrel. That's good. And that's exactly why. Look, Kilowattrel actually has heavy duty boots, not taking any damage to that. And Air Slash takes out the defensive Great Tusk. That defense boost from Photosynthesis does not matter because Kilowattrel is a special attacker. So who do we bring out to hit Kilowattrel? Blissey is good for making it switch out. We might just see the Blissey again. Yep, Blissey. We've only seen Calm Mind and Thunderwave. Still 2 more moves. I'd imagine it has like Seismic Toss or something. Question is, does Josh switch out to anyone here? Yeah, this is super exciting. We see the Hariyama. I like that play because it means that you can't get another Thunderwave off. And we get the double actually into Low Kicks. Now, Low Kicks usually runs Choice Band, First Impression, Tinted Lens. I don't know how much that does to Hariyama, but... Oh, you know what? Hariyama's not that very defensive, if I remember correctly. I would remember looking at that. 60 defense. I don't think Hariyama eats a Choice Banded First Impression. We're about to find out right now. It actually does. Only does 68%, and he can't attack back because of the paralysis. That Thunder Wave, like, doing work. That's 2 turns that Josh has lost to that Thunder Wave. Now, okay, we see the switch out, so probably banded. Most likely banded. I can't imagine that it's not. Otherwise, Low Kick could have just killed Hariyama there, or done chip to the Lucario. Now we see the Dondozo versus Lucario. Lucario did a close combat that did, I think, still less than 50% last time, so yeah, Don's gonna live this, but we might get an attack off this time. We do. In a body press, that is different for sure. And probably some draft specific tech just absolutely takes out the Lucario. Another threat off the board. Now we should be expecting some sort of electric move here, but this Blissey is like walling the absolute life out of this Kilowattrel. That said, Blissey is at 66%, so Kilowattrel is slowly chipping at it, but I think Blissey gets some regeneration move or something. Oh, Soft Boiled. I believe it gets Soft Boiled. And Josh's remaining Pokemon are all low except for this one. So if he switches in Hariyama or Koraidon, he is committed to keeping them in or else they die to the Stealth Rocks. And it's crazy because Vinny hasn't even brought out the Chi-Yu yet. The big guy here. We do see the Hariyama come out into a Shadow Ball. Okay, we have a Shadow Ball and Blissey taking out Hariyama. Blissey might be the MVP of this match, despite all the work that Cerulege put in the early game. Because this thing is making sure that Kilowattrel does absolutely nothing to his team. Like this is crazy. And we get a para on Blissey, but that might not be the worst case because it probably has Natural Cure. Josh bringing in the Koraidon. Oh, it only takes 6%, but Ooh, I believe he might have clicked Shadow Ball again. Should have taken out the Koraidon, but now Koraidon gets an attack this turn, and Stealthrox only does 6% to it, so he still has the option to switch out Koraidon. I don't think it's gonna happen. We're gonna see the Flare Blitz, but that's actually just gonna kill Koraidon. I don't think Joshua knew that Flare Blitz had the recoil damage, so that is huge. That is huge. We're gonna see how much a first impression does to this Kilowattrel. It is resisted, but Tinted Lens means that that does not matter. And if anything, he just needs to get some chip on this guy so Chi-Yu can come in. That said, Kilowattrel is faster than the rest of Vinny's cast. So whatever happens here is a huge turn. Kilowattrel does have the potential to just beat these guys. Oh, we actually don't get an attack. Okay. The Sucker Punch was interesting. I'm surprised he didn't just first impression for chip. And now Vinny is in some trouble because he can't first impression now. If he's banded, he's stuck into Sucker Punch, which actually, okay, that's not actually too bad because he's gonna get the chip right here. And 91%. Holy moly. The question is, can he OHKO this Chi-Yu? Does he kill the Chi-Yu? Does he get the flinch with Air Slash? I want to see an Air Slash here. I don't want to see a Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave loses. Josh, you have to attack this man. And if you attack, you might actually, if you kill this Chi-Yu, you beat the Dondozo. Dondozo's only at 35%. You got Thunderbolt in the bag. This is the defining moment right here. The 9% Terra Electric Kilowattrel versus a Chi-Yu. Now, Terra Electric is actually something too. Does Thunderbolt just straight up kill Chi-Yu? I would pull up the calc right now, but I don't want to like look away from this. This is huge. Josh's thing here is, does he click Air Slash and go for the flinch, or does he click Thunderbolt hoping that it OHKOs? I didn't show Josh the calculator. Volt Switch, no. No, that was not it. And Vinny takes the game. Well played, very close game. I enjoyed every second of that. But I'm gonna undeafen now. I got the other two guys in chat, and let's see what they're talking about. Damn. GG's, guys. That was kind of nuts.
Dude, your team just fucking shit on my like typings, bro. I didn't know what to switch into at the time.
You were smart though with the Blissey, especially. God damn.
That Kilowattrel was annoying. I didn't know what to do with the.
That was crazy. Like, I did not expect Kilowattrel to put in like that much work.
You know what? That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was. Holy
yeah.
Shit. Stealth Rocks fucking helped me.
Yeah, I saw the Stealth Rocks go up and then the Corviknight go down. Like, that's there to say.
God damn, I got fucking dance because of fucking Lloyd now.
Let's go.
All right, guys. GG's.